Surrender. And he was born into a really nice situation, and then problems. Not as bad as microphone failure, but close.
You ready? Can you hear it?
No.
They're louder with the noise. Like,
So, as Ananta was saying, the story of Ram is riddled with tragedy. It is a Vedic tragedy, which means it's incredibly tragic. If you take the things that you think of as tragedy and then multiply them, that gives you Vedic tragedy. And so the story of Sri Ram reminds me that anyone and everyone who places an atom of their being in this material world is going to encounter lots of issues. Even God is not exempt. And the position of Ram is known fancily in Sanskrit as Maryada Purushottam, which just means he's perfect. It's like really fancy Sanskrit for extra perfect. Whatever he was going to do was going to be perfect. If he was going to rule a kingdom, it was going to be the most perfect rule. If he was going to be a son, it was going to be the most perfect son anyone has ever been. If he was going to be a husband, it was going to be the most perfect husband that anyone has ever seen. He is the emblem of etiquette. He is Maryada Purushottam. And the most amazing thing is that God has a story where he's perfect and miserable. The perfection is miserable. He is the perfect son, and then he has a stepmother who says, great, as the perfect son, you'll do whatever I want. Yes, mother, whatever you want, no problem. Go to the forest. Live there. Not like live there for 10 months, live there for 14 years. Like, let's give the citizens a chance to kind of forget all about you. He has a wife. He's going to be the most perfect husband. His wife gets kidnapped. He goes and fights to get his wife back. He's going to be the most perfect king. And within his own kingdom, people are going to badmouth him. Horribly. So much so that it creates problems in his marriage. And then after the people and all of the talk has created problems in the marriage of Sri Ram, then for eons, millenniums later, people talk about Ram with a bad name upon male figures within Vedic society. How could he? So this is God in the most absolute perfection. It's a little miserable. Which gives me so much hope because I am not perfect. Not even close, nowhere near it. But if looking at that perfection is so intense, his doing the right thing was so intense and painful. The most amazing thing about Ram is he says, well, I don't require perfection. God comes to give the perfect example to then say, I don't require this. You don't have to do this. Sri Ram is famous for saying, if anyone, at any time, even my most mortal enemy, if they come to me just once and they say, oh Ram, I surrender, from this day I'm yours, do whatever you've got to do, then I give them all protection till the end of time. This is perfection. He doesn't require us to be perfect. All he requires is one moment of surrender. So it sounded like we were joking when we said this is, but no, this is really the essence of the story of Sri Ram. It is about surrender, about how many things could have gone differently if one person surrendered. And then, maybe we don't have the courage and the wherewithal to be perfect. Do we have the courage and the wherewithal to surrender? Just for one moment. We all have to do it anyway. Why not feed into that loving devotional attitude of surrender while we have to surrender anyway, and get the most amazing benefits just for that moment of surrender? One moment gives us supreme protection for the rest of time. So Diwali is a homecoming story. It is a story of hope, of reunion, of love, of gratitude, and it is a stark reminder that we don't need to be perfect. We simply need to give our hearts to that surrender. Every day, every hour, every moment. If we can surrender just a little bit, it is more than perfect. It is more than enough.
Sita